We are finally back, baby. That's right. Tonight, we are getting a chance to talk about Gerard Butler and O'Shea Jackson returning to a movie about hot guys doing hot guy things. So, buckle your seatbelts because tonight we're getting right back into it in 20,000 Films Under the Sea.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen, Thades and thence to 20,000 Films Under the Sea. I'm your host, DJ Simfix, and I am joined by my brother, my film mate, my
Oh,
film
sir.
first mate,
Oh, sir.
Ernell Pearson.
What's happening, doggy dog? What's poppin', dude? Hey, it's Friday. I'm excited to be here. It's been a very, very busy week because I've been spending all of my free time getting things ready for our brand new Dungeons and Dragons stuff that we're doing. It's
Hell
been
yeah, man.
quite a week, brother. Quite a week. I got this nice little like lap desk pillow thing to like be able to like sit in bed and still do things on my iPad and stuff without having to like hold it up with my arm and stuff. And so it's this cool like it's kind of just like a giant memory foam pillow with this like top part that's still kind of memory foam, but it's like really, really firm memory foam. And you kind of just like stick your legs like in between the like three legs that it has. So it looks like I'm wearing like a giant diaper. What and so Marilyn's been calling it my diaper. Each
Wow.
night I'm like pulling it out. But it's been a good time, man. It's been a
You
good
know what
time.
is diaper?
My diaper. I gotta go poopy. DJ, how's your day going, man?
It's been going good, man. Woke up. My cough's slowly starting to get better.
Okay.
Still got it a little bit, but I still got a few more days of medication to go through. So
Yeah.
hopefully it clears up. But it's been getting a little bit better. Um, Woke up early today because they've been. I've been telling you guys they've been renovating my bathroom,
Oh yeah, that's right.
and and then we have to redo the floors now because the floors that we originally wanted to put in cracked like under some pressure, like because we're trying to set up the walls, and
Oh
like
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
we're like,
Okay.
well, fuck, if one of them cracks, like how is it gonna stand? Like if we finish this all and it cracks like after we have to do so much to get it out. So we got some new flooring, went to go get new flooring. So um
Is it tile flooring that you guys are doing or
yeah.
okay, okay, cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
so
Yeah.
we went to go and replace it, but yeah, it hopefully it gets done soon because like the house feels weirdly claustrophobic.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
okay.
Because
Okay.
like just like the rooms, because we have like in the hallways we have like some like tarp and stuff like taped to the ground, so like just the dust doesn't get
Right.
all over the place.
Yeah.
Because we're not just adding like a new bathroom, we're just or like new tiling and shit to the shower and like redoing the whole bathroom. We're also like making the doorway like slightly larger as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was
So
gonna ask you how big is this renovation gonna be because I mean if you guys are going in, you're going in, you know what I'm saying? It's like
yeah, so
um
it's pretty big. It's just like we're also like taking care of like the sink and the cabinets and stuff. So it's like it's my whole bathroom. So
all
um
right, man. Fuck yeah, dude. Well, it'll be
yeah,
done in no time, brother. It'll be done in no time.
yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? It'll be good. And then you
Mhm.
can go in there and you can take a pee in a nice fancy bathroom with
Yeah,
like
dude. Nice fancy bathroom.
nice
Nice
fancy
nice
tiles, you know.
tiled floors. Yeah. But other than that, um 2 nights ago wrapped up my first like casting event of the year.
Yes, that's right.
Because
Yes, sir.
I've been breakout. I didn't promote it this time, but we we're starting back up this year, and we hit a record number of entrants. We
Oh,
doubled our record. Yeah.
wow.
So our
Okay.
record last year was 72.
Hmm.
Wednesday was 140. like near 100 for
That's
almost double.
so many people, dude. That's
Yeah.
so many people, dude.
139, and we almost had more. We almost had more than that. Some people had to because they wanted to come, but some people had to disqualify. So, and we had like some of the top players. We had this guy named Shadow 20Z. He made it to the top 8 in the World Tour Finals a
Wow.
month ago.
Okay.
So,
And he
like
was there. He was doing it.
yeah, he's there.
That's
He's playing.
sick, dude. That's awesome, man.
And some of the best players in North America were playing in it. Um, Prize pool went up to like $215. So
Okay.
it
All
was pretty
right.
fun, dude. We went out, we did a bang. Like it was such a good night. And yeah, man,
So because you guys
I've been
have
busy.
more people, is the event like throughout the day longer generally, or is it?
No, actually, so the we always try to keep the thing with that is for the players, they like to keep things moving.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
um there are just streamed matches that we that's on the stream, but like the tournament organizers are telling everyone like, oh, go play your matches, go play your matches. So then like all the whole
Gotcha.
bracket moves smoothly, and usually it runs pretty smooth. But sometimes on certain days there's other tournaments happening, and
Hmm.
people double bracket. So like they'll join two tournaments. And they're like, wait. I'll come to my matches. I got to finish this match with this guy in this
Oh
bracket.
God.
So,
Okay.
and that
Yeah.
was the problem with Thursday, because remember we switched from Thursday to Wednesday, because
Hmm.
Thursday we share um if I didn't make it clear to our viewers, I cast for an organization called Breakout Esports Solutions, and we used to go run parallel on Thursdays with an esports org named Paragon Online. Like they
Hmm.
do their weekly tournaments on Thursdays. Um, and so most of our players would double bracket. They would go to Paragon and then come to us, or vice versa.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
So
Okay.
now we move to Wednesday, and both or events are thriving. So it was a
Fuck
good
yeah, man.
change.
That's
Definitely
good,
a
dude.
really good change.
That's awesome, man. I'm excited to see where things go from here, my friend.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Well, I don't know how else to segue this, because this is 20,000 Films Under the Sea, your choice for all the nerdy pop media news, reviews, and discussions you want each and every week. If you like that, you can head on over to our Discord channel, where you can submit questions and topics to the show, get exclusive content, and have early access to episodes before they go live on a podcast and video service near you. But if you've emptied your pockets for the latest and greatest in entertainment, that's cool with us. You can watch us record this show live right here at twitch.tv/Good Kraken Show. Just like me in the chat right now. I'm in there. But if you have Amazon Prime, you also have Twitch Prime. Tell them, DJ.
Prime Gaming.
And we would love for you to give that to us to help keep the lights on and cameras rolling. But you can also support us by going to our YouTube channel, hitting subscribe, or by leaving a review on our podcast channel by searching 20,000 Films Under the Sea, and we'll be there waiting for you.
Mm. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby.
Ernell.
What's happening, DJ?
We have some director's commentary. We are back for 2025 with the Shipwreck Show.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Our Shipwreck Show upload is on YouTube. It is our New Year's resolution. So
That's right.
So be sure to check that out. And also, like Ernell said earlier, GKD&D is starting soon. So be on the lookout for that when that gets posted. If you aren't in our Discord, join our Discord so you can get a notification when that goes live, or just be in the notification squad.
That's right.
Hit
And
that bell.
if you are a Twitch subscriber, you're also going to have access to that tomorrow afternoon. So
Early access.
keep those pretty little eyes open. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed. Check out our latest episode of Death Ratio. Garrick and Devin talk about their top games of 2024. I heard there was some hiccups in there, but
yeah,
I heard it was all right.
Garrick's internet was struggling because he's been in the snow.
Yeah.
And it's like sometimes for just whatever reason, his internet will just like throttle to the fucking floor,
Hmm.
and unfortunately they had to deal with that. And so they in a panic just did the best that they possibly could with what they could. I was able to watch the last like half an hour of the
Hmm.
podcast while they were filming live, and I was like, okay, it's not that bad. Like like I can get why
Yeah.
they were frustrated, but like I was like,
Hmm.
it's cool. Like I get what Garrick's saying. I can understand what he's saying. He's just coming in like a couple seconds late. So
Yeah.
it's all right. It's all right. It's okay, guys. It's still listenable. It's still a good piece of content.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And also, lastly, our website is still up. It will continually be up. So if your friends ever ask you, "Oh, what's the good Kraken show?" Just pull up our website. All of us are there. You can see our pretty little faces. You can see any of our merch if you want it. You can see all of our podcast shows listed there for you,
That's right.
so that you can go watch and enjoy them at your leisure.
That's right. Goodkraken.com, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Or now, what do we have next?
My fine sir, we have the final cut.
The
Dun,
final cut.
dun, 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 dun,
Shing,
dun,
shing,
dun.
shing, shing.
Ding, 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 ding.
The final cut is our headlining segment. And tonight, we are going to be doing our spoiler free review of Den of Thieves 2 Pantera.
That's right, baby. Let's
Bum,
go. Let's go. Let's
bum.
go.
Big Nick is back on the hunt in Europe and closing in on Donnie, who is embroiled in the treacherous world of diamond thieves and the infamous Panther Mafia as they plot a massive heist on the world's largest diamond exchange. This film was released today, as of this recording, January 10th, 2025. This is directed by Christian Gudegast, who directed the first Den of Thieves film. Is also written by Christian Gudegast, who wrote the first film,
Yes,
wrote
sir.
London Has Fallen and Soldier of Fortune back in 1997. I looked that up. That was way back.
London Has Fallen's a good movie. I like that movie. It's bad, but like I like it.
It's
I'm
a
cool.
bad good movie.
It's a bad fun movie. Let's say that.
Yeah, we'll get into it. Music by Kevin Matley, who did music for Arthur the King, Kifaru, and The Family Plan. I know none of those.
I know none of those. God damn. he,
Um,
he did some music,
but
bro. I'll tell you.
the music was good though.
It
Music was
was.
cool.
Yeah. The music in the movie was pretty, actually, probably one of the better parts of this movie, to be honest with you.
Hmm. And the budget for this film was only $40 million, which is
Okay.
a huge surprise.
Respectable.
Huge surprise.
Respectable. Yeah.
Respectable amount. And the current box office sits for this weekend currently is at $1.35 million with a runtime of 2 hours and 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
There was not a lot of fun facts about this film.
Yeah.
So
not a
I
lot.
went and tried to get some. This film was shot on location in the beautiful city of Nice, France. You know, or is Nice a state? Is it because like France is the country? You know,
like is it a territory?
it's
Would you say like a city? Just a city, maybe? Like, do they even have like what is the
yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Like, do they
European
have states in
equivalent of?
other? Because like
No,
a
they
state in the
don't.
United States is basically a country. Like
Yeah,
it's basically a country in like
right,
Europe,
right, right.
right?
It's like a country
So
within
I
a
guess
country.
Nice, yeah, because it's so small. I guess they just have it into cities. They have,
A
they have
quadrant.
districts.
Quadrant.
Yeah, yeah. I know Japan has like prefectures, but like
Yes, right. But that's like their specific like
yeah, that's a
thing,
little thing.
So what's the French equivalent? I'll find out while we kind of go into things.
Yeah. So, for the sequel, O'Shea Jackson Jr. wanted to show a different perspective to the portrayal of his character Donnie. He says that the audience already knows Donnie can be a mastermind in robbing the Federal Reserve. Spoilers if you haven't seen the first one. So now it's time to show how calculated and precise he really is.
Mm-hmm.
He said in an interview with Variety. But yeah, man, let's open the bottle, man. Let's see what's cracking about this movie, or no?
Let's
What
do it,
were
sir.
your thoughts?
Let's do it, sir. Well, I'll tell you what, DJ. I've got some thoughts, and it kind of boils down to a very very simple sentence. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I can probably even boil it down to just a sound. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Eh.
I hate to say it, but you're right, dude.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
so right,
Like
bro.
it's
You're so right.
this like here's the deal, DJ. Did you go and did you watch the first one before you
I
went into this?
did. I
So
did. And my excitement went from like here to here after
uh-huh.
watching it. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Cause that ending,
Yeah.
because you
Yeah.
know the ending
Yeah,
for
dude.
the first one was like,
Well,
what the fuck? Cause
big
like you
brain.
cause
Big
like
brain.
yeah, that was very big brain because the way uh, shout out to O'Shea Jackson Jr. acted his ass off.
Oh,
Okay.
kills it. Kills it in the first
But
movie.
even in character, he was acting his ass off too.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So, like,
exactly. Right?
Yeah. So like it was just so unexpected. Like if you watch that movie for the first time, like you be like, okay, I know where this is going,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
but
And
you
it,
do not expect that twist. I don't think you like. I
I
wouldn't say anyone wouldn't expect it, but it's definitely a different take on how that works, on
well,
how heist movies work.
and the cool thing too is that like that was such a like little cherry on top of a movie that was already pretty good. Like it wasn't perfect by any means. It had some stuff that was a little bit weird, the first one. But like that big fat twist at the end, the entire third act was really, really cool. They did a really, really good job of making a just dope ass heist action movie out of the first one. This movie is fine. It's fine. It is it's not bad. Don't get me wrong, because like I don't necessarily have like problems with this movie. It just isn't the first one. And some would argue, well, that's what we want. Why would you want two of the same fucking thing? You know what I'm saying? And to you, I say, fuck off. Okay, like listen. Okay, I wanted to go into this movie thinking, wow, we're just gonna get higher stakes. Things are gonna be fucking crazier. Things are going to be just bombacious, nuts. How are they going to top the fucking first one without that? Right? Well, instead, they kind of went in this direction of like, what if we gave you a wholesome criminal heist story? And and kind of like make you like kind of care and give a shit about these characters, you know, like and it just felt really, I could see what they were trying to do. And I can see like what their vision was going into this movie of wanting to say, we want this to be a really pretty step in this direction that is away from the high action that we got from the first movie, and really let us sort of like sit and boil in like not just like this story, but this beautiful landscape that they're in, because this place is fucking gorgeous. All the places they go to in this movie are fucking stunning, and they really kind of like let that be the centerpiece of this movie. Because a lot of the movie, weirdly enough, is kind of this like low key, like, you want to go to Europe, don't you? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of fucking weird. Like when you start to like recognize it like halfway through the movie, and it's kind of like, guys, I get it. Like Nice, France looks pretty. Italy looks pretty.
Cool,
like that's,
I guess,
that looks cool. I want to go. I already wanted to fucking go. Like you don't need to tell me twice, dude. But generally speaking, that I think it goes to say that if you've seen Den of Thieves 1, everybody at home, do not go into this thinking that it's going to be the same type of movie, because it's just not. Like the last, what, 20, 30 minutes is, if even that, like maybe like 15, 20 actually. The last like 20 minutes of this movie are high octane, and it's dope. It's like everything I wanted the whole movie to be in the last 20 minutes. And the other like hour and fucking 20 minutes or 40 minutes that we have in the movie is a whole lot of just kind of kicking it and uh trying to like get us to like really care about these characters, and not in like ways that actually make me care about these characters, right? Because they really, really depend on you having had seen the first movie to like give a fuck about any of this. Like, like this is not a good standalone movie. You have to have understood that like Nick's family dynamics back at home, what happened between Nick and you know what's his face, and but prior to this movie, like you kind of have to like know some of this shit. And if you don't, good luck. Good luck.
Yeah.
Because I don't imagine anyone who hadn't seen the first movie having any fucking way to like grasp what the fuck is going on in this one.
It didn't put it in a way that made any sense either. Like the way it all came apart, like to get to that point. Like,
yeah,
we can see like this the extent of fucking Gudegas's writing. You know what I mean? Because like you said that London Has Fallen was like a mid-tier movie, like, you know, bad fun movie.
Yeah,
So,
but
you know,
but
I think
it's got a fuck ton of action in it. So cool, it's fun. It's a fun movie. This movie is like Ocean's 11, like the first 2 acts of Ocean 11,
that too,
right? For almost 2 hours.
Yeah,
it's the first half of Ocean's 11 for almost the entire movie, where it's like them hanging out and like getting the team together, quote unquote, because they get the team together for like 5 minutes twice.
Yeah, no, they get dude.
And then the rest of the movie is this like really, 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 really fucking long planning phase. And it's like, guys, like I get that, like IRL, right? In real life, if let's say me and DJ are like, hey, let's go rob a fucking bank. You know what I'm saying? Let's get Xander, let's get Garrett, let's get Devin in here, let's rob a bank, right? And imagine if we filmed that, okay? And one of us gets an idea of saying like, what if we just film everything but the actual heist and just make that a majority of the movie? Right, a majority of it, and let's just like everything that goes into planning it, and like how we set it up, and meeting each other, and like having arguments with each other. Like there's a like 10-minute scene of this movie that did not need to be in this movie at all. Like it had served no fucking the club scene where they're like testing Nick.
But like to like. But there was no outcome to that. There was genuinely it was a nothing burger
so they're like, okay, let's test him. Let's put him in a hole that he can't crawl out of, right? That's what they say.
And I'm thinking like, okay, like maybe they're gonna trial by fire this guy. Like,
that's what I thought.
What he could do.
They test him, right? And I'm not gonna say
by
what.
Giving him a fucking laced joint. That's what they did.
That's effectively what it is. Yeah, they tested him. He passes the test, and then 2 guys quit. It doesn't matter anymore. Like I just don't understand like how the fuck they decided that it was such a good idea to step away from the probably the most entertaining part of Den of Thieves 1 and just say, we don't really need all that. Like, yes, the fuck you do. Like, the only reason Fast and Furious still gets an audience is because it's ridiculous, over the top, violent action bullshit with heist stuff in it. You really think that if you do the opposite, people are going to give a fuck? Like, it's crazy to me that the sequel to Army of the Dead, the sequel to Army of the Dead was a better heist movie than this movie.
That's crazy.
Isn't that fucking wild?
That came out of your mouth.
That came out of my mouth, dude. And because that's a good fucking heist movie. It's not to say that this is a bad movie or a bad heist movie. It just doesn't really like give enough to stay interesting for a majority of the time. To me, It was just a bunch of hot dudes talking and hanging out and talking about robbing something. Like that's it. They're just talking about robbing stuff, and like
Yeah.
and they're just sitting there being hot as fuck in a hot as fuck European place that looks real nice, eating nice food. Did you catch that, by the way? They talk a lot about fucking food in this movie and how good the food is, or how dog shit the food is.
Yeah.
Fucking weird.
I don't know.
Super fucking weird, dude. But yeah, I don't know, man. It was fine. It wasn't what I was hoping it would be, to be completely honest with you. But I guess it might have been just a pet project for O'Shea, Fitty, and Gerard. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe these went into this and said, let's just do something fucking different. We don't want to do like a crazy fucking action movie anymore. Who knows? I don't know. But it was not the Den of Thieves that I necessarily wanted. But it could be the Den of Thieves that we might deserve. Who knows? DJ, what about you, my friend? What were your thoughts on the movie?
I mean, also to just answer like that line of questioning from you, Ernell, in that Variety interview I was looking at, O'Shea does want this to be like a Fast and Furious. Like they want to franchise this, which they hint at in the film.
If they're gonna fucking do that, they need to do more than just fucking talk. They spend an hour and a half talking.
Because if this would be different if this was the first movie. You know what I mean?
Right, 100%. If they flip these bitches?
If this was the first movie, right? And, like they're setting up the third film or whatever as the second film, and then they'll have a prequel in between as to because you're right. The majority of this movie, first 2/3 of this movie is a long, almost coming together, like get the squad together, Ocean's 11 type of part of the heist movie that we didn't need. We already knew if you watched the first one where that was going to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it actually, we didn't even go there. Because if you remember he was in a British pub at the end of the film.
Yeah,
the first
they skip an entire fucking.
They skipped a whole Europe arc, a whole UK arc, and moved straight to France because they're like, "Fuck it, we got fuck you money now."
Pretty much
going to France. And in this team up scenario, the squad is introduced and then like disbanded technically, and then like reintroduced again.
Because of situations we can't really talk about, but like fucking man.
But so the scene, the movie opens with, of course, a heist in action. Okay, just like the first film.
Yeah.
Right. A heist in action, and these people were working together, and then all of a sudden, after that heist, they go to France, and then they meet up, and then even though O'Shea Jackson's character Donnie is there with them, they're like, why is this guy here? Like, what do you mean? He was there with you guys the whole time. What do you mean, why is he here?
Well, and the thing is too is like there's so many little tiny things like that in this movie, right? Firstly, back up for a second. The first 10 minutes of this movie are fucking dope. I really thought that that's the pace we were going for the remainder of the fucking movie. It was super fucking sick, and they just totally just skyrocket down. Secondly, though, there's a ton of moments in this movie that if you're actually really paying attention, don't really make sense. Right?
Yes.
Yes. There's a ton of little things that they say or that they do that you're kind of just like, if this was real life, that wouldn't be believable. And I hate to sound like Devin. Because I love to just suspend some disbelief and just click that little switch in my brain.
Yeah, I love to be a little whimsical, a little mystical, right?
Yeah,
suspend the disbelief a little bit more than most people would.
Right? Typically, I don't give a fuck. That's how I can get away with Fast and Furious movies. You know what I'm saying? I can just turn off, click that little switch, and just lower my IQ by 20 fucking points, right? I don't give a shit. But this movie, when I started to understand the tone of what they were doing, I was like, lit. We can go into this. We can have a cool little heist scenario. Oh God, excuse me, got burpy there. And then I started like really locking in on what they were saying because there was nothing else to fucking pay
Mhm.
attention to besides
Yeah.
what they were saying. And I was
Mhm.
like, wait, why would he allow that so quickly? Like
Yeah.
you're just gonna say okay, like what,
Yeah.
like there like
There are
there's
there's plot lines and storylines that just move. Like there's like just no MacGuffin. There's just it just moving along. Like there there's too much agreeableness between the characters in
yeah,
this given
dude,
situation. You've been
yeah,
setting up
dude.
this heist, this world class heist into the world's greatest diamond uh facility or whatever, right? And two guys drop out of the group and you're just like, oh, okay, that's fine. Like no one's asking them, oh, they know because they've seen the layout, they know the plan. Why is nobody dumping these guys? Why is nobody keeping tabs like, hey man, don't snitch.
Well,
Don't
and
fucking snitch.
and even then, like what, like we can only talk about this, by the way, audience, because it doesn't really do anything for the fucking story. But like they don't even have a good reason for why they're leaving. Like they don't have the like
Yeah.
those two guys didn't have a good reason to quit. Gerard Butler didn't really have a good reason for why he was doing this in the fucking first place. All
Besides
except for
being
just
broke.
I want to catch the guy, right? And then like now you're telling me that I'm supposed to just believe like that O'Shea Jackson is supposed to be cool with him just being like I'm broke. I got my family. I'm jobless. I'm living in my truck. I'm gonna join you on this little go, you know what I'm saying? And like, and what, like, I'm supposed to just think that that's like that they're totally fucking cool with it. I don't know, dude. There's so many pieces to this that just didn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, it just didn't make sense and it didn't feel good. Like
Mm,
like I agree with you or no, it's not a bad movie and it's not a bad heist movie either,
right,
but
right.
at the same time it's not great. It's not what I expected in a sequel to a film that I genuinely really enjoyed.
Yeah.
Um and like all this first half Ocean's 11 bullshit is like if you cut that out and you just started it at hmm just like cut a few pieces in. Like maybe you start at them meeting up with O'Shea Jackson's character Donnie meeting up with Big Nick, and just you
Mm-hmm.
know
And
not
just,
explain it at all.
yeah,
Like Big
yeah,
Nick's just like I'm here, bro.
yeah,
Like and then the heist kept going, and then you get the heist scene, and which and then you get to the second half of the film. Like the second half of the film is really good. It's really
yeah.
good,
Yeah, there's a dope
very
ass car
intense.
chase. There's all sorts of crazy shit that happens in the second half of the
even
fucking movie.
even the heist, even
Mm-hmm.
the heist itself, the lack of dialogue, you just no music, just breathing,
Mm-hmm.
like that part was really sick to me because you could just feel the tension. As long as you're feeling something, I think it's doing its job. I
Yeah.
think the film is doing its
There's a
job.
lot of tension to
It
that
just
scene.
yeah, and there's just so much going on, but everything that precedes it, right, or that came before it, just makes the second half fall flat a little bit
Yeah.
because you're like, um, there's just so many holes here. Like the two guys that dropped out of the heist, they're just gearing up to stop the heist from happening because they know what's going to happen. But
Uh-huh.
all the
Uh-huh.
people involved in the heist still, they're like, oh, they're probably just fucking off somewhere. Like, you promised them millions of dollars.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
showed
No, they're
them
cool. They're
a
cool.
month-long process,
It's
but
fine.
they drop out and you're okay with that?
This
You're
weird personal beef because that dude used to date that one chick is
Mhm.
way more important than like $1 billion. Way more important.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they obviously acted in accordance to that, right? Like, no.
No. And of course, Donnie being so agreeable to let Nick on board, you would think someone that's supposed to be like, as Osei Jackson said, calculated and precise, he wouldn't like try to keep tabs. I thought like maybe O'Shea would just let him on, or Donnie would let Nick onto the squad, but like keep tabs on him because he was the mastermind of the first movie.
Because here's the thing, they make it an entire fucking plot device in this movie, an entire fucking plot point that Donnie is like the best thief in the northern fucking hemisphere, right? I can't remember. I think she says the best thief in the fucking world, honestly.
Yeah.
Because he is smart and he thinks ahead and he does all this planning shit. He's just got big brain virus, you know what I'm saying? And you're telling me he didn't see that coming? Like, he didn't see the other thing coming. He didn't see the other thing coming. There's like so many things he just fucking gracefully fucking misses. You're telling me that he didn't calculate that there were going to be repercussions for the first heist that they show in this movie? What the fuck? He doesn't think about. Okay. All right.
And at the same time, you could say like, oh, like maybe it was on purpose, but the writing doesn't support that. The dialogue doesn't support that. And you know, if you made it a plot point, if they focused and made an actual plot point that like maybe Donnie's slipping a little bit because he got the money, because he got the money for the first heist, he's still rich. But
he's rolling at it.
You could have made it a plot device to be like, oh, he's getting reckless, but he doesn't do anything reckless in this film.
Nope. Sure doesn't.
Besides the heist.
Yeah.
So,
and even that
doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
Oh,
and
man.
Even that was like carefully planned and precise. So it just doesn't make any sense.
Well,
I just don't know, man.
Well, with that said, though, DJ, like, let's talk about some good stuff, right? Because I think I don't want people to think at home that we're just shitting all over this fucking movie, because we're not. Really, this is just our grievances because the plot is finicky, right? There are some good shit in this movie. Like we mentioned, the entire fucking last like 45 minutes of this movie are dope as fuck. Holy shit. It's like grade S heist movie content right there. Actually, funny enough, everything that has to do with the actual like physical heisting that happens in this movie, because it happens like off and on a couple of times in the movie. The actual heisting is good. It's really good. And I think that they handle that in a very creative way. I also think that Gerard Butler is way better in this movie in his role than I think he was in the first movie. Because he's not this like, well, quite. I mean, he still kind of is. He's not quite as like this brooding, fucking pissed off asshole like he was in the first movie. And this one, he kind of is like showing like he's actually acting like outside of his typical typecast in this movie.
Yeah.
And that was really, really cool to see. I don't know if you had anything like specific that tipped off your brain when you were watching this movie. Anything that tickled the loins.
I mean, I love O'Shea's acting. I mean, he's just been killing it, man.
He really does. He really, really does.
You can call him a nepo baby all you want, but he put in the work, man. He put in the work.
Been killing it.
He's killing it, man. And I would love to see him. I'm glad we'll get to see him more in the future in this role potentially. But I like the action scenes are really good, and that's why I praised in the first film when I was watching it. I really enjoyed the action. A lot of people praised it as well for it's like some people say it's like a spiritual successor to Heat.
Yeah, dude.
With like how tactical it felt, right? And that kind of get lost here. So I just don't know. Maybe they just switched the focus of this film.
Yeah.
And that kind of hurt it for me. And it would probably hurt it for a lot of people who enjoyed the first film for those things in particular. I don't know. Like I'm not mad that it's going towards this like heist movie thing. I just wish it was executed a little bit better. And I just don't think Christian Gudegast has that writing in him. for like a genuine like heist throwdown. Because
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
he's like when he's directing action, it's great. The action feels awesome.
Right.
But when it comes to getting to the action, it it doesn't work for him. And I think you just need a writer that can do that for you. Um because it like I said, the action is just so good, but you can just go watch the trailer for this film and you've seen all the action
You've
scenes.
pretty much seen all the
Genuinely.
action scenes. Yeah. I mean,
Genuinely,
like,
you pretty much see every action scene that's featured in the
yep.
film.
Yeah.
So
Because there is
it
all of maybe 20 fucking minutes of it. It's
mhm,
crazy. The how little action there actually is in this movie. Yeah,
mhm.
DJ, question for you. Question for you.
What's up, brother?
Can you think of a single role that O'Shea Jackson's played in that you didn't like? Because I can't think of one.
Yeah, I can't. I genuinely can't think of one either.
Yeah, I
He's
don't.
been he kind of kills it. Um, and like in you can kind of tell like because you kind of tell he is Ice Cube's son. You know what I mean?
He
Like in
looks
terms
like
of
it.
like how
Yep.
he acts.
You're
I mean, he
right.
does look like, but yeah, of course, but he looks like it. But I'm saying like in terms of some of the roles that like he implements his style into,
Right. Right.
right?
Right.
You can really get that feeling sometimes. But I thoroughly enjoyed him being um forced to do like being in this role of Donnie and forced to be this chameleon in
Mm-hmm.
like all these situations and like doing different accents, speaking different languages. I really like that for him. It's really cool because you know because even though as you're watching the film that he's like faking it, it's still believable. It makes it feel like,
Yeah.
oh, he is actually doing that, and it's not like the accent isn't. And his accents are good. His accents are
Yeah.
good.
They're actually good.
Pronunciation
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
for languages are pretty decent. So he could the way he goes about being this chameleon, like it works. Like you wouldn't sit there and be like, "Oh, that accent's bad. No one's gonna believe that." You would be like, "Oh, that's actually pretty decent. Yeah, okay." Like someone might believe that. You can
Well,
suspend your disbelief for that.
and I think that's like the best part of how he handles his role in these movies is that
Hmm.
he is just genuinely believable. Because like
Hmm.
for sort of keynote, there's the moment when Nick and Donnie meet face to face again for the first
Hmm.
time since the first movie, right? And
Yeah.
there's this look in Donnie's eyes that is like
Yeah.
fuck, and you can just tell by the
Yeah.
facial expression that he makes, because he doesn't say it until the end of the conversation, but like the entire time, like even when he is fronting at the table and he's got his piece on him or whatever, even then he still has that look of like fuck, 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 fuck,
Yeah.
and it's so believable. And like I
Hmm.
think that like this is probably one of his best roles that he's played in, because
Hmm.
he has such a dynamic range with this character, and it makes me really really happy that you liked the first movie too, because like I'm
Hmm.
obviously the movie's dope as fuck, but like specifically him in his role as Donnie, even coming from the first movie where you're like, wow, this kid's really in way too fucking deep, and then you find out, and just like navigating that to this movie where like he's now older and it's supposed to be more sophisticated, and like you really kind of just like feel everything that he's feeling in this role, and I really really
Yeah.
appreciate the way that they handled that. So yeah, I'm glad that you like these movies, DJ.
Yeah, it's good. I just hope whatever they're setting up for the third film is just
Hmm.
what I wanted in this one, like just pure action. I just want it like as soon as
Yep.
the film starts up,
Yep.
like we're in it, and
Yep.
I don't want it to stop, right? Because like just all this downtime bullshit, it's just I dislike it because it's I like the tacticalness of it because like even though it is a heist movie and you have to suspend your disbelief a little bit,
Right.
it still felt grounded in it still felt grounded enough. Like we're not on some Mission Impossible type shit, and we're not even on some Fast and Furious type stuff. But I mean, like we're teetering that edge where it like becomes unbelievable at a certain point, right?
Right.
But
Right.
I think what I'll give it points is Den of Thieves like gives like teeters that line really well
It
in
does.
the suspension of
It does.
disbelief, right? Like it feels grounded. Some aspects of it feel grounded and very tactical and very concise. And like if you were to rob something like this is probably might be the way you do it. Um
Actually, yeah. Yeah. I mean, like most of the heisting stuff was very, very, very actually like believable and grounded in like some level of reality. I think that made it for something very interesting too, because like you mentioned in the core heist scene, and again, I'm
mhm,
trying to be loose here because I don't want to spoil anything for people, but they go about it in this almost sort of um how would you say, like almost like almost real time, like they're really
mhm,
trying to get you to feel like you are there every step of the heist and
mhm,
involved in the heist because of such. So it starts to feel like this sort of like single pan shot that's not actually a single pan shot because they are doing scene cuts and stuff, but it makes you really
yeah.
feel like you are going on this heist with them from like the
Mhm.
moment they start to the moment it's done. We feel it, and then when it is all done, I don't know if you also did like the sort of like deep like release of like tension at the
Yeah.
end where you're just like, oh fuck.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Whew, you know?
and then it
Yeah.
kicked right off again. So like, it was crazy. There are some really really cool things in this movie. I agree though. I do think that whatever happens next needs to be a little more ignorant. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? I just need
Yeah.
the next movie to just be kind of ridiculous and bombacious and just a little bit
Mhm.
over the top. We can still have believable high shit, but I just need it to have a little bit more caveman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I just want more action movie because like clearly like action is their bread and butter. It's just the high style is like secondary. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. Um, it just doesn't make a lot of sense. Some of the plot points and how they get to like they're serious about this heist, but also not serious about it.
Yeah, yeah,
Sometimes
yeah.
it just doesn't make sense. I do like the approach on how they do the diamond heist. Um, I thought there was going to be some twists, especially in that the heist scene where they're looking for a specific item.
Hmm.
I thought they were gonna go in the direction of oh shit, like there's someone else on the inside that like
I thought that
took it,
too, dude. I was gonna be like, "Yo,
right?
let's go, dude!" Like, but nope, they didn't do it.
Like
They didn't do
no, they didn't do that. It just oh there it was. Oh grab it. So I was like oh
it.
okay well I well I guess yeah I
a,
guess that
a,
works.
a heist battle would go pretty fucking crazy, actually.
Yeah,
That
that
would
would
go
be
pretty
so
fucking
sick.
nuts, dude.
Like
Yeah,
going
yeah.
high. Like imagine you robbed like the biggest shit in the world, and then the greatest heist in the world, heist for the ages, and someone beat you to it by 5 seconds.
Yep.
That
That'd-
would be a great concept. To
Yep.
like, come
Yep.
on,
Man, bummer, man.
we
We'll
need to
see.
be in the writers' room for
I
that.
know.
Come
Goddamn.
on, like
Hire us, O'Shea. We're here. We're here, dude. I'll hang out
we're
with
here,
Fitty.
man.
I'll hang out with Fitty. He'll
Fiddy's not gonna be
actually.
there, man. Fiddy's not gonna be there.
I mean, he's an executive producer. Like he might be there.
Executive producer means I'm just giving you money to work with,
No, I
man.
know, but
It's
like he might be like coming in and being like, "All right," you know what I'm saying? Like, imagine dapping
yeah,
it up with Fitty.
that'd be crazy.
Yeah, I know.
And then
That'd be
just
pretty
him
nuts.
helping direct the movie.
Pretty nuts,
Um,
man. All right, DJ, you ready to talk shop?
yeah, man. Let's get into our scores for Den of Thieves 2, Pantera.
Oh, man,
Or no,
man.
what would you rate this film, and should people go see this film right away?
No, you do not need to see this right away. I think you guys would, you do not really get anything out of the theater experience for this movie. To be completely honest, like there is very minimal reason to go see this in theaters right away. Like unless you're like me and you really liked the first movie and you're kind of just like, ooh, I want to see O'Shea Jackson's fine ass on screen. Like sure, like maybe you
Yeah.
like you can go because they got some beautiful ass fucking men in this movie. Like don't get me wrong, like
Yeah.
everyone is fucking hot in this movie.
Hmm.
But this is a wait until you can rent it on Amazon type ass movie.
Yeah.
You
Wait
can
for
watch.
streaming.
Yeah, you
You
can
know.
watch this at home like this. That's fine. You do not need to pay 25 fucking dollars to go see this and buy snacks and all that other shit. Just watch this at home. Like you don't need a claimer for this.
Hmm.
DJ, I think the first movie I would probably give an 8.5 out of 10.
Hmm.
This one's gonna hit a 6.5 for me.
6.5.
Yeah, yeah. 6.5.
All
So,
right.
what about you, DJ? What do
Six
you think about it?
five.
Should people see this right away? And
Uh,
what's your score?
yeah, I would definitely wait till streaming. Wait till you can rent it because it was a cool movie. Like you said in the beginning, it's eh. Like I didn't really feel. I felt empty. Like not empty, but like just I came in with more than I left with. You know,
Sure,
um,
sure.
because I was expecting more action, better, bigger and better heist. Which I mean, the heist technically was bigger, but i- in terms of like how they went about it,
The
it didn't feel like it was
yeah,
bigger.
yeah.
Um,
The heists in the
they
first
hyped
movie were
up this.
definitely
They hyped up this. Oh, this is the world diamond fucking vault. Like it's like impenetrable.
and
And
then
they
they
just did it,
penetrated
and
it.
you're like,
Like it was
yeah,
literally,
I mean, as all heist movies go, but I wish there was a certain sense of scale as like
yeah,
how big this diamond place is.
yeah. Because
But
there was one point where I was like, "Is this a fucking shack in West Africa? What the fuck is going
yeah,
on?"
like
Right?
this,
Like,
like this seems very small for. I mean, maybe we're wrong. Maybe like diamond
maybe
vaults are just that
just
small,
tiny.
but
They're just tiny there. Yeah,
yeah,
everything in
at the
France
same
is tiny.
time, yeah, at the same time, uh, it just the action here was good. The the cinematography here was really good too.
Mm,
I really enjoyed the cinematography um for this film, but the writing just really tanked it for me.
just had
In
no
the
real
first half of
clue
the
what the fuck they
movie,
were
yeah,
doing. Yeah, man.
yeah, and some of it didn't even make any sense, and you'll be scratching your head like, well, why did they do that? So yeah, I think I'm gonna go a little bit lower than you. Actually, I'm thinking we give this a 6.
Ooh, okay. All right, my friend. All right. Well, that means it's going to be an official 6.5 because we do round up. We do round up.
Yeah, we do round up.
Um, all right, man. Well, hey, I'm glad that we're pretty much on the same page, man. Like
Hmm.
we both watched this and said, yeah, sure, okay.
Yeah, sure, okay.
All right. Yeah.
I'm just waiting. Like, this will, if there is a third movie, this will just be like the forgotten middle child of
Yeah. Yeah.
this
Yeah. We can
supposed franchise that might come
glance
about
right over
from,
this bad
you
boy. You
know,
know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, maybe in like a few years when Den of Thieves 3 comes out.
Yeah.
And we'll be, someone's asking us, oh, should I watch the second one? You'd be like, yeah, you can skip it. You can really skip it.
Yeah. You don't even worry about
Like you
that,
can
man.
watch a
Like
summary on YouTube, to see what happens. But
yeah,
uh,
that's for sure. You can get more watching two people just talking at a park in New York. Honestly,
yeah, you could get more. You should pull up our episode on it. Whenever that time
there you
comes,
go. Yeah,
we'll
you
talk
can.
about it for you.
We're here for you.
Um,
That's right.
yeah, man.
God damn.
Uh, because we're always here for you. Because this has been 20,000 Films Under the Sea, your choice for all the nerdy pop media news, reviews, and discussions you want each and every week.
You.
If you like what you heard, you can head on over to our Discord channel where you can submit questions and topics to the show, get exclusive content, and have early access to episodes before they go live on a podcast and video service near you. But if you've emptied your pockets for the latest and greatest in entertainment, that's cool with us. You can watch us record the show right here, live at twitch.tv/Good Kraken Show. You can also support us by going to our YouTube channel, hitting subscribe, or by leaving a review on our podcast channel by searching 20,000 Films Under the Sea, and we'll be there waiting for you. But until next time,
croissant.
Pantera. Croissant.
Croissant.